People want to know, too, they want to know what's your family situation for some reason. They want to know, so I'm going to tell you, because I'm kind of proud of it. Been married to the same lady for 38 years. You can clap on that. Just one wife. We've been happily married now for about 23. Sure. We've got 2 kids, and they're all grown up, but still on the payroll, if you know what I mean. You can identify with that. Some people up there. They were so cute when they were young. They did the funniest little things. I came home from work one afternoon. I looked through the back window, and my wife was rubbing her head like this. The kids were real little, and I opened the door. They're crying, rolling around on the floor. I looked at her. I said, "What?" She said, "Fuzzy is dead." Now, that was a house cat. I wasn't too sad about that fact, to tell you the truth. But I did everything I could, like a father should. I got down on my knees so I could get eye level with him. I said, "Look, boys, Fuzzy, we're going to have a Christian burial. We're going to put Fuzzy in the hard suitcase and bury him out there by the goldfish and the guinea pigs." Thank God those things died. And nothing is working. Finally, I got that plum that every father gets from time to time. I said, "Look, boys, Fuzzy has gone to heaven to be with God." And my youngest one looked at me and said, "Dad, what's God want with a dead cat?" That youngest one, he's still for sale, by the way, if anybody's interested tonight. Be out there. One day I went to wake him up, and I always try to give the boys confidence. I put my hands on his face, and I said, "Brian." He opened one little eye. He said, "What?" I said, "Do you know what?" Because that's how you talk to kids. He said, "What?" I said, "I think you're the best boy in the whole wide world. I'm so glad you're my son." And he put his hands on my face. He said, "Dad." I said, "What?" He said, "Do you know what?" I said, "What?" He said, "I think your breath smells like a pig's breath." Awful. About the time Fuzzy died, they're still very, very little. My wife said, "Would you talk to the boys before you go out of town?" What about? Well, they get scared of everything. They come running downstairs, jump in bed with me, and I can't get any sleep. I said, "Oh, okay." So I get them eye to eye again. I remember I was on the side of the bathtub, and these 2 guys were on the toilet seat shut, both of them, see. They're that little. I give them a lecture. Don't be running up and down stairs, jumping in bed with your mother. Now, we've got an intercom. You just call out. She can hear you breathe. Don't be keeping her up all night. And then I made a mistake. I said, "The first thing I'm going to ask you when I get off that plane is, have you been keeping your mother up?" "No, Dad, we swear they've crossed their hearts and everything. They're not going to do that." So fine, I left town. I never thought another thing about it. I'm the first one off the plane 2 days later at Louisville International Airport, which I think is kind of funny. And this was back in the old days when everybody could come down to the gate, and people carrying shotguns and stuff, transmissions. So they're all down there, and my son, who was probably about 5 at the time, comes running down the ramp. He said, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, guess what, guess what, guess what?" I stopped, he stopped, everybody stopped. We all wanted to know what. He said, "Nobody slept with Mommy while you were gone." And they all looked at me. I said, "Well, good, I'm glad."